Again, share your screen on Snapchat.
Snapchat.
With the cross thing.
Oh, no.
Yeah, no, yeah, I can see still. Fine. Okay, go on Discord.
Just tell me what your icon is.
Jeez, man, just trying to play Edith. It's what it meant to be Finch. Try to get my friend.
Yo, just tell me what your icon looks like.
Yeah. Hold on, I'm sending you. Because I made the icon on my. Right there. Boom. That's what it look. That's what it should look like. Hey, you're muted. William? You're muted, sir. I'm telling you, look. I don't. Ooh. My soul to the devil for what is on, and they say, go to hell. He. McDonald's. Kiss me, boy. Hello? Hey, Prince Ali, where can you be? Boy. But I ain't started anything in 2. Hold on. It been 3 minutes. Hold on. Hello? You fat. Man, I'm just waiting. Man, we got like all these. We got Edith, we got Milton, we got Lewis, we got Don, we got Sanjay, we got Gus, we got Gregory, we got Molly, we got Barbara, we got Calvin, we got Sam, we got Walter, we got Kay, we got Eddie, we got Sven, we got Ingeborg, we got Odin. Ingeborg. Ingabor. Ingabor. Man, this man, he was 20. He was 20.
Stupid.
Did you find it?
No. I just got back.
Hold on.
Well, I thought I just just now.
You find it?
Yeah.
Alright, join it.
What the heck is the top 10 buttons on iButtons?
Just join it.
Top 10 buttons on
What?
Why is there something called top 10 buttons on iButtons?
Okay, that was made a couple years ago. Boom, I sent it to you.
Okay. I'm on your stream.
Okay, give it a second because I might. There we go. See, now you can see what I'm doing. Okay, are you ready, sir? You ready? Sir?
Caleb,
Yes.
why can't I mute your stream? There we go.
Alright, you ready?
Yeah.
Yes, I don't care because I already beat the game twice now because I've already played the game. Ah, wee. Bum, ba, bum. Here, I'll mute myself so you can hear the stream. Because there's music. There's music.
I don't care.
Honk, honk. Where'd you go?
I didn't. Oh, my phone.
Idiot. Alright, I'm gonna mute myself so you can actually listen to what's on. Sir, there's a lot of dialogue. Fine.
A lot of this isn't going to make sense to you.
Everyone has a trouble opening the freaking first page
I'm just gonna
online.
start at the beginning with the house. Someone had put up a chain link fence, but it looked like I wasn't the first person to hop it. My brother Milton disappeared when I was 4. It was like the house just swallowed him up.
See, I told you there's a lot of dialogue. And I like how it just fades away. That's what. Like, look at this. This was made 3 years ago.
I lived here until I was 11, but I wasn't allowed inside half the rooms.
And and people still play this game.
Inside the mailbox were bills from 7 years ago, marked urgent, open immediately. I hadn't been back since my brother Lewis's funeral.
Dude, look at me.
In her will, my mother left me a key, but didn't tell me what it unlocked. Maybe she thought I'd know.
I've been looking a little chub.
Or she thought that the mystery would be enough to bring me back.
Okay, I got a question. Do you want to see Bambi or in the woods? That's like, you gotta choose one, William. Okay, we're going to watch Bambi. Bambi, Bambi, Bambi. Are you even watching?
No one had driven this way in a long time.
William,
but
it shows me who's watching. Alright. See Bambi. Bye, Bambi. Bye-bye. Look at that tum-tum.
The truth is, even after I inherited the house, I never thought I'd come back to it. But now I had questions about my family that only the house knew the answers to. The house was exactly like I remembered it, the way I'd been dreaming about it. As a
Look at
child,
this.
the house made me uncomfortable in a way I couldn't put into words.
Like, look at this. Look at this beautiful house. Look at these graphics. Like, I'm surprised they made, like, whoever made this
Now,
game.
As a 17-year-old, I knew exactly
good.
what those words were. I was afraid of the house.
They're built different.
I hoped the key might unlock the front door. It didn't. Looking in, I felt like the house itself had been waiting for me.
Yeah, that's the thing. There's no running mechanic in the games. You're walking the whole game. Well, it's more of a game where you just have to explore. There's so much story though.
Crawling through the doggy door used to be a lot easier when I was 11.
There are some of the parts that like they do get annoying because since I played it already and I didn't like that.
For the first time in years, I felt like I was home.
All right, we don't.
Nothing in the house.
I'm not a big
abnormal.
explorer person though.
There was just too much of it.
If people want to see this game on my channel,
after Milton
and they can go to a video that I
Mom
posted
sealed
a
up all
couple
the
years ago.
bedrooms. Then Edie retaliated and drilled peepholes. I spent a lot of time playing in Great Uncle Walter's room.
Yo, I glitched out the game.
Lewis told me there were secret passages, but I never believed him. Turns out, my mom was really good at keeping secrets. Now it was time to find out what my mom had been afraid of.
So that's
Reading
the thing.
this,
Edie, she was like the last,
but I had no
one of the
idea what
last
was behind the
Finches.
door.
She's been here since the house was built. She's gone through so many
Just like I
people
had
dying
no
in front of
idea
them.
where all this was gonna lead.
Getting straight to the cut. Alright, you ready to see about, you want me to see me ready? I'm about to turn into a cat.
December 13th, 1947. Dear Diary, I'll be gone
soon,
but I wanted to tell somebody about what's gonna happen. It started when Mom sent me to bed without dinner. I woke up and I was starving, so I looked around for something to eat.
She got toes. Dude, she got toes. Look at those toes.
The gerbil food was dry, but I didn't mind it.
That's the thing. Like, watch this, William. William, look at this specific part.
I ate a lot of things that night.
Ready? This is the. I think someone drugged her toothpaste.
I kept
Look.
eating and eating.
You know you tripping when you eating the toothpaste. Like someone drugged something in here.
Then I heard chirping outside my window.
Cause like, look at this part.
It was a barn swallow going back to her nest. I reached out for her.
Look.
And suddenly,
Like, I'm a cat.
I was a cat.
Speed run, speed run, speed run. Hit, hit, hit. Speed run.
I tried to be quiet, but the bird was really scared.
Yo. Speed run. Speed run. I got hops, not gonna lie. Like, look at these
I
hops.
jumped and I almost got her. I could tell she was getting really tired.
Look at these
Now
hops.
I was up in the big tree. I promised Dad I wouldn't climb it anymore.
Like, I
All
got
I
these
cared about
hops.
was eating that mama bird.
I'm telling you, man.
I gobbled her up,
Gobbled her up, man. Gobble, gobble.
and
Gobble,
suddenly
wobble.
I was an owl.
I got the map.
First,
I got
all I heard
the
was the
talents.
wind. Then I heard little teeth nibbling in the grass. rabbits.
I got a rabbit, gonna choke on it. Big.
Through my talons.
Man, look at this, man. I just swallowed a whole.
And I didn't chew one bit.
You know she be freaking good at swallowing things when she can swallow a whole rabbit.
A mama rabbit.
That doesn't look any bigger at all, though.
She was almost too big to carry. I started choking, but I couldn't stop eating. And suddenly, I was a shark.
How do you go from about to land into a field into to a mountain? Come on, down the hole. There you go. Go. Whee!
I rolled off the cliff and into the ocean. Now, I was hungrier than ever. I wanted fat, juicy seeds.
Dude, just let me eat you. You're looking like a snack. See, look, it be looking like a snack.
I tore off her flipper, and it tasted really good. I grabbed on tight. When I was so hungry, I jumped out of the water.
I'm a
When
snake.
I opened my eyes,
I'm a
everything
snake.
changed. Now I was a monster, and I smelled people everywhere.
Wee. Okay, this is a thing I like to do every time I get to this part.
I was big, but I moved real quiet. I wanted to stop, but also I didn't.
Wee. What do we do with the drunken sailor? Come here, what? Come here. Give him those
After
feet.
the last passenger, I was still hungry. And to cross the water, I smelled something new. Something I had to have, so I swam towards it.
Wee.
I slithered onto the sand, and the good smell went into an old pipe.
Like a snake. I'm a snake. I slither like a snake. Do 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 do. Dude, this snake could be on drugs. I don't care.
I got closer and closer.
Alright, we back in Molly's room. Let's go. Pups, why are you on drugs? Stop.
All my stomach started growling.
I don't know my dog. I don't know why my dogs are on. My dad's not getting home till like late tonight.
That was me again.
Cause he's
My breath for a long time.
not. Cause he's going to his friend's house to help him with the electrical work and stuff.
Wait for me to fall asleep.
Pearl, he's not coming home for a while.
It needs to be, and we both know I will be delicious.
Cause I double slim thick. Cause I'm slim thick and I got a pair of bricks in my and a William. I'm slim thick with a pair of bricks.
I'm not sure if I believed all of that, but I'm sure Edie would have.
Come on, what? So you want to go Mach 20?
This will be obvious later.
You
but
need
my mom
like
never told me any
200
of these
rockets.
Stories. Edie would have, but Mom didn't like bringing up the past. Though, when we adopted a stray kitten, she was the one who named it Molly. I spent
Man,
a lot of time
there's only
in
one
Great-Grandma
there's
Edie's
only one
den.
thing I liked in this room. It's Bob. It's Bob. Bob the snake.
We got along, and it was a good place to hide from my mom. Her room was like a museum. For 500 years, the Finches have been famous throughout Norway for their fortune and misfortune. Odin Finch buries the latest victims of the family curse, his wife Ingeborg and their newborn son, Johan.
Johan and Ingeborg.
On January 7th, 1937, he set sail with his family and his house, hoping to leave the curse behind. But 40-foot waves off the coast of Washington send the house and Odin to the bottom of the sea. Odin's daughter Edie, with husband Sven and baby Molly, step ashore on their new home, Orcas Island. Odin Finch is the first to be buried in the new family cemetery. His daughter Edie is already dreaming of a new Finch house.
Pearl, get down. You're not supposed to be on the table.
Whatever's wrong with this family, it goes back a long ways.
Yeah, 1937? Jesus.
When Edie told people Sven was killed by a dragon, she could also have said he was building a dragon-shaped slide that collapsed. She could have, but she didn't. Even in her 90s. Sometimes Edie seemed a lot younger than my mother. The only trace Grandpa Sam's first wife Kay left on the house was the pink bathroom. It was a pretty big trace. There's a secret in this bathroom. It's in the last place you would look. It isn't in the cupboard. It's hidden in this book.
Damn, that's loud. It's already been 20 minutes. And right now we have 2 deaths recorded. I'm telling you, the 2 hours, and they get how many people in this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Wait, okay. 1, 2. I cannot count. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. And then you have the main character, Edith, which is 13.
Oh, and I hit the ground so hard I went through it.
Damn, I know you're going like Mach 20, but still.
I think I broke the game. I legit broke the game. Alright.
I knew Grandpa Sam had a twin, and that he never talked about him. I guess my grandpa didn't like history any more than my mom did.
Gonna read this.
How I Want to Remember
My Brother
by
Sam Finch.
The thing I remember is that when he made up his mind, that was it. My brother said he'd die before he ate another mushroom. And he did. At Barbara's funeral, we swore we'd never be afraid again. And he wasn't. I think Calvin always wanted to fly.
Dude, I'm about to go like Mach 10 on a swing.
But that day, he finally made up his mind to do it. I told him going around was impossible. Maybe if I hadn't said that,
I'm not gonna tell you again.
maybe if the wind hadn't picked up, then maybe he'd still be here. But I doubt it. I think he'd already made up his mind. That's what I want to remember about my brother.
Wee! Alright, I'm going Mach 10. He goes flying.
And he did.
On a swing. 360 no scope. This man is 360 no scope death.
Calvin's story felt strangely familiar.
He go
when
to
I was
space.
younger, I remember trying to do the exact same thing.
Trying to kill yourself? Jeez.
After the funeral, Edie roped off Calvin's half of the room.
I can see that.
Mom said Grandpa Sam enlisted at 18 and never set foot in the room again.
That's a sad thing because these people are homeschooled their whole life. I kind of wish they had it so like you would show people die in order. But I really don't care.
The passages were a pretty tight fit. They'd obviously been built for smaller hands and bellies.
I'm gonna open this now so I don't do it later. This is my least favorite one. Ooh, bra. Yeah, this is my
Growing
least
up,
favorite story.
I always thought of Barbara as a child star.
How do I talk?
You
I never
walk.
thought about how hard it must have been for her afterwards. Of all the stories people wrote about Barbara's death, I'm surprised
But joke's on them. I have to do this.
Edie saved this one.
I hate
Old
this
Jack
one.
here with another ghastly tale inspired by America's most unfortunate family. I'm calling it The Surprise Ending
After
of
Barbara Finch. Yo, wench.
As a child star, Barbara was famous for her scream. Now at 16, she was all washed up, a has-been. But in a lucky break, she'd been asked to perform her signature scream at a local convention for monster movie fans. It was just the boost her career needed. Unfortunately, her scream hadn't aged well.
Getting better. I think you just need the right motivation.
Her biggest fan and current boyfriend, Rick, was about to demonstrate when...
Now that was a great scream.
It was Barbara's father, Sven. He'd slipped into a table saw and had to be rushed to the emergency room. So Barbara got stuck babysitting her youngest brother, Walter. Her convention comeback was cancelled.
Okay, I'm hearing frustration, but I'm not hearing terror. What if I tried...
A gang of hoodlums in Halloween masks have been terrorizing Orcas Island tonight. Police are urging residents to...
That came from the basement.
You're right! Also, I loved your delivery on that. Why is your basement door locked?
Because my dad likes making puzzles and secret passages. There's a key hidden in the music box. The secret is to keep winding and winding until finally the key pops out.
Thanks, babe. I'll be back in a sec.
20 minutes later, Rick hadn't returned. So Barbara went to look for him, right on cue.
Yeah, we have my supercar that has like 80 guns on it.
Who asked?
She reached for the music box. And as she wound the key, she listened for Rick, but the house was silent.
Rick?
She found Rick's crutch and imagined the worst.
But that's not even his blood. That's his dad's. Her dad just like.
The gang's leader is the infamous Hookman killer, Dr. Carl Hamill, who impaled and then ate his family 10 years ago tonight.
Wanna go? Come on, I'll fight you. Man, I'm training for the fight. I'm training for the fight.
The old fridge rattled and grew still.
Oh dear!
Oh!
Rick?
Barb, relax. I was just trying to scare you to help you find your scream.
Well, I'm not scared, Rick. I'm furious.
Then act furious. All I'm getting from you now is that you're hurt and confused and you're...
She threw him out, but she kept a little something to remember him by.
Barb, have you seen my other crutch?
And she was still holding it when she fell asleep watching the late...
At 12 o'clock.
Barbara! Walter, what's going on up there? Ah! Okay, I'm coming up, but if this is a trick, you're dead, Walter.
Watch it, I'm gonna jump, even though I've played this game so many times.
Walter, are you there?
Walter had vanished, but his bedside radio was still on.
Orcas Island police describe the man as 6 feet tall, with a steel hook for a hand. Residents are urged to lock all doors and windows and notify the police of any suspicious activity.
Barbara turned, saw the hookman, and was speechless. He was quite smashing. And he was. He couldn't get enough of Barbara.
Okay, Barbara, there's gotta be...
That night, she played her part beautifully. She sensed the story might not be over yet. listened for his breathing, but all she heard was... At the door, she heard whispering. It was coming from inside the house.
Oh dear.
The monsters had come to surprise her. For Barbara, it was a dream come true. Then she saw what kind of monsters they were, and she realized what was about to happen. She was going to be famous. And with her final breath, Barbara Finch gave the performance of her life. I wasn't there myself, but I hear Barbara was magnificent. Poor girl. She had a taste for stardom. But unfortunately, so did her fans. Of course, the police blamed it all on poor Rick, who disappeared the same night. And little Walter? Hiding under his bed the whole time. He took it all pretty hard, but that's another story. As for Barbara, tucked inside the music box is all they ever found of her. Her ear. Now that's what I call a real eerie tale.
Man, this man's choking on some...
Edie told me all Barbara wanted was to be remembered, as absurd as that comic was. Maybe what Edie saw was a happy ending.
Alright, 9 more members left.
I guess now I know why Mom didn't like me playing with the music box.
Just because her aunt died and from like her ear in the music blocks. Wait, where the hell was Calvin and Sam in this? Because he said, in Calvin's story, and before he died, they were remembering Barbara's funeral. Dude, I swear, Walter outlived everyone in this freaking house.
Mom said the basement was off limits. I saw Edie sneak down to the basement once, carrying packages. I thought maybe she was hiding presents.
Nah, man, she was hiding her son.
It turned out she was hiding a lot more than that.
I can't see.
I remember asking Mom once about where Walter had gone. She said after Barbara died, he got as far away as he could. If there's a pattern in all these stories, I think it's that none of us has gotten very far.
Goodbye, everyone. I can't believe I've been down here for 30 years.
30 years in a bunker.
On that first day, after the shaking started, I didn't think
1968.
But after a few days, I settled into a routine. That's what kept me sane. Having a schedule, living for today. I I always expected to be dead tomorrow.
1976.
But if you wait long enough, you get used to anything.
I like how the clock
Even a
from
monster on the
upstairs
other side
was
of the
put
door
down here.
starts to feel normal.
And then you have his
Almost friendly.
video.
And then one day, everything just stopped. Whatever that thing was, it was gone. Maybe it got tired of waiting. Or maybe I just got tired of being afraid.
Yeah, you've been eating peaches for 20 years.
It's been a week now, the longest in 30 years. I'm done waiting. I have to leave. Well, I still can.
I swear, all they did was read.
I know it's out there, somewhere. Whatever killed Barbara and Molly
Don't forget Calvin.
and Calvin.
And literally everyone else in this freaking house. He
Maybe
outlived
this
everyone.
was all a mistake.
He's the second oldest in the house.
But I need to stop living the same day, even if it kills me. Whatever's out there, I want you to know I'm ready for it. I'm going to appreciate all of it, especially the food. I don't mind if I only have a year left, or a month, or a single week. I'd be happy with one more day. I can
Yes.
already imagine the sun on my face.
Dude, this man got died from a train. Choo-choo train. 1952.
Walter died when I was
2005.
6. I can't believe my mom never told me he was down here. I'm sure my mom was trying to protect me. Maybe she was afraid I'd end up like Walter.
No, no, stop. Oh my, you are dyslexic. This man is dyslexic. I swear it's only been an hour.
But if she never told me about an uncle under the house, I can only imagine what else she was hiding. I don't want to make the same mistakes she made. Trying to bury something that's still alive. Now that there's only one of us left, or maybe two, I thought it was time I heard the stories for myself and found out what happened to everyone else. But now I'm worried the stories themselves might be the problem. Maybe we believed so much in a family curse, we made it real.
I don't understand how this all fell down. Was there that much erosion between the time?
I don't know if I should even be writing this. Maybe it'd be better if all this just died with me. But I thought you should know about your family.
Like William. These
and the history
are you still looking?
Part of.
Yeah.
This is where the snake went out to go kill Molly.
Why didn't she kill Molly?
Well, I didn't mean to.
Though to be honest, I feel as lost
I
as
didn't
you
mean
probably
to.
do right now.
I killed Molly, and I loved it. We don't care about cat girls, Molly.
I think the people in these stories believed them, for what that's worth.
Okay, let me explain so far what's happened. Alright, so we got Odin, right?
Yeah.
He died when the house went down over there.
Yeah.
Walter got ran over by a train. Calvin used a swing set and flew off the cliff. Barbara died from I think it's some like these fans that like very obsessed with her, and I think like killed her. And then we have Molly tripping on toothpaste and probably jumped off the window. And then, yeah, that's what happened so far. Like seriously though, it's only been an hour in there's so much detail.
That history of imagination and stubbornness and madness. Any of it seems possible. I think we've been surrounded by death for so long, we've just gotten used to it. What kind of family finishes building a cemetery before starting the house? It's embarrassing for me to admit this, but the pet cemetery made me more uncomfortable than the human one.
Okay, let me explain all
3 of
because
the gerbils were mine, and 2 had been my fault.
alright, so we got
Sven
Molly's
built the
grave.
house, but it was Edie who designed the cemetery.
We got Molly Finch, born December 11th, 1937, died December 13th, 1947. So she was 10 years old. Then we have Calvin Finch, born April 25th, 1950, died September 23rd, 1961. So he was 11. Sam Finch, the one that built the house, born June 17th, 1915, died August 27th, 1964. William.
Yeah.
Can you look at the math? How old was he?
For what?
Okay, he was born 1915, died 1964.
Well, I'm trying to take off this jet from Star Wars.
Never mind, I'll do it myself.
Take off.
5.
Come on, we got this.
So yeah. I think he was 41. 40 or 39. 41 or 39, I can't count. Edie Finch, born April 8th, 1917. Died December 5th, 2010. So she was... She was 93. Walter Finch. Okay, look at this. Look at this. This is probably my favorite one. Look at this. That's the train track, and that's little Walter in there. Look at that. Oh, and they're interactive? That one's interactive? I never knew if you just went up to it. That's cool. Alright, Walter Finch. Born August 26th. Born, wait a minute. Wait a dang minute. He was only 2 years older than this kid. but he died in like 19. Damn. All right, so he was. 48 plus 5. 53. He was 53 when he died. So that's one of the longest. One of them. Barbara Finch, born October 31st. Okay, she was born on Halloween. That's, yeah. On 1944. Died October 31st on Halloween. 1960. So she was 16.
I'm sure Odin's monument had been Edie's idea. My mom was always trying to move on, but for Edie, the past never went away.
And then there's more graves. There's more.
Poking out of the water at low tide.
Okay, William, this is the house I was talking about. This is where Odin died.
Edie said she dreamed about the old house every night.
You see it?
Edie's side was always easier for me to understand. But the older I get, the more I can see where my mom was coming.
Okay, this is the real messed up part over here. All right, we have look, we got Gregory Finch.
She was just
born January 12th, 1976. Died December 19th, 1977. He was only 1 year old. Wait. He was literally exactly 1 year old. Actually a little, like, he wasn't even a full year old. Dude, I feel bad. Wait, never mind. He was like 2 years. No, okay, it's because it's January. Yeah, he was 2 years old. Because January, and then, yeah, he's 2 years old. Gus Finch, born January 20th, 1969. Nice number. Died November 8th, 1982. Then that means he was 13. Alright, and we have Sam Finch, Calvin's twin. The one that died the swing. April 25th, 1950, same as Calvin. Died July 16th, 1983. So he was 33. Quick maths. Down here we have Milton Finch, born May 19th, 1992, but there is no death date because he went missing. Sanjay Kumar, our mom's husband, born September 6, 1966. Died February 2002.
She lost 2 of her brothers, just like I did.
Louis Finch, born December 27th, 1988. Died November 21st, 2010. And I think that's all the graves.
There's so many things I wish I could ask my mom now. Part of me thinks...
And then you have us, Edith, 1999.
This is what she wanted all along. For me to come back someday. And find everything out for myself.
Alright, the game's almost over. I think we have... For me counting on it, we have 1, 2, 3...
But looking back on it now...
4 and 5.
If she told me there was going to be so much climbing, I never would have come when I was 22 weeks pregnant.
Yeah, so the person you play as, you're 22 weeks pregnant, and the person I see on the boat with the broken cast is your son. This is Sam's room. Your mom's dad, your grandpa.
I never met Grandpa Sam, but I think he and my mom had a lot in common.
And this man has a sliding door.
They were both pretty intense.
I hate this mission. It's one of the ones I hate. Same as the Lewis mission. It takes way too long.
Dawn, I promise, you'll never forget this weekend.
Yes, sir.
These memories are gonna last a lifetime.
Hmm?
Perfect.
Am I gonna have to shoot anything? It's gonna rain the whole weekend, isn't it? I will never forget this weekend, Dad.
That's the spirit. Okay, got it.
I'm gonna take some pictures, okay?
Just be careful. That camera's older than you are. Hey!
That's a keeper.
Definitely should not have drunk all that coffee. I'm just saying, I'm not always gonna be here, Don. If you want to survive.
I'll be fine, Dad.
You know who else thought he was gonna be fine?
Some guy who died.
Don, I'm being serious.
I know, Dad. You're always serious. Doesn't being out here make you want to chill? Dad!
Good eyes, Don. Before you take the shot, let me get a picture of you.
Dad.
Let me get behind you.
Do I have to do this?
Great shot, Don. I'm proud of you, Don. Always remember that, okay?
Dad, it's twitching. I think
That's
it's
totally normal, Don. Just focus on the camera. Try not to think about...
Dad!
Dang, he got pushed off by a deer that he didn't think he was... You always double tap. You go up to the back of its head and kapow.
All these stories,
Or if you
that's
want to
the
do a
one I wish
360 no
most
scope
my
on
mom
its
had
ass.
told me.
Alright, so we got Sam Finch, who just died from getting kicked off of a cliff.
Oh, that's...
From a deer that he didn't fully kill. Alright. 4 more deaths. 4 more families to go, I think. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 actually, plus you. 6, but you don't see 2 of them. You don't. There's no like story for 2 of them.
After Sam died,
3 of them actually.
my mom and Edie got really close.
It's right now.
We
It's
both
only
lost a
Milton
lot.
and Lewis. Well, actually, no. There's 4 more. Because you have Gregory, Gus, Lewis, Milton, and that's it. Alright, you ready for the Gregory one, the 2-year-old? The one that looks like a freaking 1-year-old? Sam Finch, K.
Dear Kay, do you remember the way Gregory used to laugh when he thought he was alone? Like something funny was happening, but only he could see it.
Dude, my phone about to die. I don't care though.
I think he saw things the rest of us don't.
Ooh-wee. Look at this, man. I'm a froggo. Ha. Ha. Ah. Ooh. Ah. Oh, this is the pink bathroom room earlier. Come on. Come on, letters. Time to come down.
Bend over, Gregory. It's time to... Hold on, sweetie. Hello? Sam, I told you I don't want to talk right now.
I wonder what he saw. What his world was like. lost in his imagination. Whatever it was he saw. It sure made him happy. I know how silly it sounds. But I worried about a baby being too happy. But I could feel him slipping away.
Sorry about that, Gregory.
I know you did everything you could. Maybe if I hadn't called that night.
Damn it.
I wish he could have told us.
I don't want to.
About the world he saw.
Wee.
There's so much I don't understand about Gregory. About everything. But I know what happened wasn't your fault. I'm sure he's happy. And he'd want me to be happy too. Good luck, Kay. Love, Sam.
Damn, their son drowned. Oh, I really don't want to do this
I can't
one.
imagine my mom ever writing poetry, and yet...
A poem for Gus, who always said the wedding was a bad idea. Our father never hit us kids, at least not very hard, before the day my brother said with teenage disregard that he'd be dead before he'd see a wedding in our yard. My father made him come, of course, but Gus stood far apart, just flew his kite and bottled up the storm inside his heart. I tried to talk him out of it, but though he'd never met her, we don't need a stepmom, were the words that I
now pronounce you husband and wife. You may kiss the bride.
When the time for photos came, Dad ordered him to come here. But Gus declined and as a sign held up his middle finger. The wind picked up and panicked geese appeared and quickly went. But all the humans did that day was go inside the tent. The rain came down in buckets then, but no one seemed afraid that nature might destroy the tent our dad had crudely made. Thunder sounded much too close and full of angry power. But all my father said to this was, "Make the music louder." wish that I could truly say I thought about you on that day. Out there on the beach alone, just you, the wind, the sea, and foam. But I didn't. Until we found you.
She never talked about him, but Mom told me once if I was a boy, they were going to name me Gus. My mom moved up to the loft after her brothers died.
At the time, it was as far away as she could get. My mom moved to India a week after graduation and got a job teaching English. Louis was born a year later. When my dad died, I don't think Mom knew where else to go. I'm sure Edie was happy to have her back. The house had to get a little bigger, but Edie was used to that. And for a while, things were good. Almost normal, but it didn't last. The beginning of the end was Milton's 10th birthday, when Edie gave him a castle. Milton Finch in The Magic Paintbrush. I was 4 when Milton disappeared. Mom spent months searching for my brother. Then she sealed the doors. Whatever Milton had found in the house, Mom didn't want it getting out.
This is the second. I think this is the one of the last ones.
Mom blamed Edie, but I think Louis blamed himself. After he graduated, he just spent more and more time in his room. Until Mom got him a job at the cannery. Everyone always told me to stay out of Louis's room. Except Louis.
This man had a boat. Freaking on, like they have a boat on in his house. As his house.
Louis's room smelled very, very familiar. That part of him lived on. He was so proud of being Indian. I think for him, it was a way to be something other than just a Finch.
Dear Mrs. Finch, as Louis's psychiatrist, I can understand your desire for an explanation. As I see it, the trouble began in January, shortly after we convinced your son to seek treatment for substance abuse. Newly sober, I believe Lewis first noticed the monotony of his daily life. He kept working at the cannery, but he withdrew part of himself. In our sessions, I saw the same. His mind began to wander. I asked him to describe it. He said he started small, imagining a labyrinth. He'd feel his way about. Then something moved. Bats. And toads. And things that have not names. He knew it was all in his head. But he took it very seriously. I had hoped he'd find himself.
Man, they have a Dark Souls reference.
But he found something more. I worried about him then. Daydreaming at the cannery. I spoke with his boss. But he said Lewis had become a model employee. Methodical, tireless, focused. Like a whole new Lewis. So I let him go on. I even encouraged him. It seemed very promising at first. He told me he'd made a new friend. On the edge of a city he named Lewis Topia. He built the city up slowly, brick by brick. Then he made musicians. And songs for them to play. He talked about starting a band. And he was always humming something. Every day his imagination grew stronger. He no longer spoke at the cannery. But his chopping was as reliable as ever. Then one day it struck him that all the cheering crowds, even the stones under his feet, were all in his imagination. So he could do whatever he wished. He held an election for mayor. And he won. They begged him to stay, but his mind was already wandering. It became a game for him. He'd conquer a city, then immediately push on. New Louisville. St. Louis. He started drifting away from our reality. Minneapolis. Until one day he forgot to go home from the cannery. Even as his mother pleaded with him, part of Lewis kept sailing on. In Lewisburg, he heard rumors of a handsome queen. The queen was on her own quest for radiant rainbows. He followed the sound of her silver harp. His chase led him to a golden palace east of the sun and west of the moon. Even then, his logic remained sound. He knew the world was all in his imagination. But he was so proud of having created it. In his own eyes, he'd become something greater than a king. For someone who'd never known success in the real world, I think it was overwhelming. And then it struck him that the real Lewis was not the one chopping salmon, but the one climbing the steps of a golden palace. My imagination is as real as my body, he told me. It was hard to argue with him. We began to forget the world we know.
You still there, William?
Yeah.
I think it pained him to remember Lewis, the cannery worker. He began to despise the man with a royal contempt. I still thought I could save him. Even after he said he was being crowned king over all the lands of wonder.
I'm pretty sure I'm almost done.
The palace would be packed with his companions.
It's supposed to be a 2-hour thing, but I guess I just made it shorter because I didn't explore anything. But it would be less than like an hour and 30 minutes if I did.
Calico, who'd insisted on inviting him.
Hi, Molly. You still tripping on toothpaste?
His queen waited, holding his crown. There was only one thing left to do. Bend down his head.
William, look at this. William. Dude. Alright, I'm gonna do a recap of what happened. The 3 new deaths, and then I'm gonna explain what's happening right now. Okay? Alright, you see this?
Yeah, I see it.
Okay, so we have Gregory, you see? He was a 2-year-old who drowned in the bathtub because, Sam was calling Kay, and Kay was taking care of Gregory. Gus, I think got caught in a tornado. And then Milton just disappeared. And Lewis here is about to get guillotined. I said, bend down, man. You better not booty rape me.
And the rest, I think.
Cause I think the way he killed himself was he works at a cannery. The thing that cuts off the fish's heads, I think he used that as a guillotine.
You know, Mrs. Finch, your son was a kind man who will be missed by all of us who knew him.
This takes forever to freaking play the game. It's literally, look, it's been an hour.
My brother was really cool. I wish you could have met him.
I don't want to. Yeah. Man, this man's playing too much X songs, but in Indian.
On the way back from Lewis's funeral, my mom told me to start packing. She waited until the day before we left to tell Edie.
My God, how much does this thing weigh?
I'm not sure if she wanted to make it easier or harder.
We're going to our area.
I wish we'd stayed. But I understand why we left.
I'm guessing that's there.
It was straight to the ground.
What happened that night had been coming for a long time.
I don't think I've made something that
Maybe
weighs
it
this
should have come
much.
sooner. But it had to end one way or another.
Do I legit have to put something under
All
it?
that's left now is to tell you about that last night.
She prego. She like prego.
You know what prego means?
That whole last day,
She prego my ego.
Edie just watched us pack and didn't say a word.
She had toaster,
Until supper,
and she should jump in the
raised her glass
tub.
and said,
To our final night together, and all our final nights apart.
Grandma, you know what I said about alcohol. Some of your medications are very
Edith,
specific.
I left a present for you in the hallway. Why don't you go?
Okay, she's trying
The
to
grown-ups have to
out-talk her grandma.
I'm sorry, you're right. We're all leaving tomorrow. Let's just enjoy our last...
I'm not leaving.
Edith, you're excused.
The one that's been here the longest. So, she was like she's been here her whole life.
the power had been shut off that morning, but Edie always had plenty of candles. When my mom sealed the library, I don't think she knew about the other entrance. Or that Edie had a key to it.
That thing you're afraid of isn't going to end when you leave the house. Edith has a right to know these stories.
My children are dead because of your stories. I think it's best if Edith and I leave tonight. We'll have the nursing home send a van for you in the morning. Okay?
There's so many stories I wish I could tell you, but there's only time for one. This is about what happened on the night you were born. That night, the tide went way, way out. It was the first and last time I ever saw the old house aground. There'd been an earthquake out in the middle of the ocean. They called it the lowest tide in 1,000 years. God, it smelled awful. You know, I've seen that house every day of my life. But I never thought I'd go back to it.
So this house is now like 100 years old.
When the fog rolled in, I lost my way.
Like, both houses are 100 years old.
I got turned around. I started seeing things.
Hi, Bambi.
Things I'd forgotten had ever existed. But when I saw them, they felt like old friends. That night, a lot of things came back to me. Or maybe I came back to them. Things I can't explain, but that I need you to try and...
Edith, what are you doing in here?
It's mine.
Edith!
Mom, you're gonna rip it. Let go.
Yo, cunt.
I kicked and screamed, but Mom dragged me to the car.
This bitch just ripped her book.
I never saw Great Grandma Edie again.
Bye, Edie. Love you.
The next morning, the van
I'll bring you a bubba.
She was already gone. After that, we moved around a lot.
It's not a burger, it's a burgoy.
We both tried to make the best of it.
Oh.
A few years went by.
Yeah, now her mom's dead. Huh. Huh.
My mom didn't like to talk about it. But she started getting sick a lot.
Yo.
The rest happened.
My dandelion. You say.
She got better for a while. And then she didn't. And then I was alone. The last Finch left alive.
No, because you prego.
Until I found out about you. I'm still not sure what to tell you about all this. If we lived forever, maybe we'd have time to understand things.
Yeah, but you're 18 and you're dead.
I think the best we can do is try to open our eyes.
Yeah, so Edith's the main character. She dies, I think, during birth from you.
This journal was supposed to be for you. But now I hope you'll never see it. I just want to meet you. And tell you all these stories myself. But I guess if you're reading this now, things didn't work out that way.
I came out of the vagina.
This is where your story begins.
I'm
sorry
out of
I won't be
vagina.
there to see it. It's a lot to ask, but I don't want you to be sad that I'm gone. I want you to be amazed that any of us ever had a chance to be here at all. Good luck.
Edith Finch, February 14th, 1999, January 16th, 2007. She dead because she died, I think, during birth. She gave birth and then died. Cause like, yeah, you took too much energy. I'm out. Giant sparrow for Shirley Dallas. Okay, I'm done. This is gonna take forever, but I'm just gonna let it play. I'm gonna plug my phone in. Dude, I forgot how good this game is, man. And then the whole freaking credit scene is just all the people that made the game as babies and stuff.
Dude, my car was going 1,000 miles.
San Juan. My bad. My neck. My bad. Look my pussy and my crap. Stroke my lick my suck my. Yeah. Stroke my lick my suck my. Suck it all day long. A jig and a jiggle and a jiggle a gene.
Holy crap. Hey, how long is 646 hours, 33 minutes, and 48? No. Wait.
Start from the beginning.
How long is 646 hours, 33 minutes, and 33 minutes and 49 seconds? How long is that?
Divide it by 24. Just put how put all that time and then like how long it is and then the time.
It's 646 hours.
Barbara Finch.
I let this timer go for 28 days.
Okay.
Should I stop it?
No, you have to put it on for a full year.
But I need to count how long this takes to get to the other side of the map.
I don't care.
Just remember, I'm gonna write down the name, I think. It's not that big a deal to let it go.
Never mind, let it go. I don't really care. Let it go. Let it go. Let it go. I will continue.
You should check if you have a timer going.
I don't.
Dude.
Unlike you, I use my timer every day.
Why?
Because I have my alarm to go to school.
Oh, see, my alarm is my mom. Your dad doesn't wake you up?
No. Well, no, he does, but he leaves at work for 6, but I don't leave till 8:55. So I'm home alone for like 3 hours, so.
That seems nice.
I gotta go potty. Dude. I beat the game, and now I'm gonna leave. Alright, we gotta stop broadcast.